And welcome back to Hero Power, episode 27.
Numbers.
One of these numbers, you know?
Yeah, numbers.
Had to math a little bit, did you?
Yeah, I had to math a little bit. As always, I am your host of Aunties, and I am joined by my co-hosts, Zeroshio.
What is up, gang?
And Versika.
I'm here.
Woohoo!
And not playing Overwatch.
Yeah, that was a pretty close call. So, yeah. Let's talk a little bit about our weeks. Zeroshio, you gotten to play any Hearthstone this week?
I've been playing around with the decks. I'm doing a Zoo deck right now, a Zoo Warlock, and I'm running about 60% win rate. But man, it's either win streaks or lose streaks. The meta is so on its tilt right now. You either play nothing but 5 different classes that are all Cthulhu decks, or you play against that same deck over and over and over again that's just hot that minute. What I love is I'm seeing every class played, and the meta is so good right now. I'm loving it. I'm loving the meta. I'm loving the new old gods. I'm just waiting for it to settle a little bit so I can know how to ladder up.
Nice. Versika?
I'm kind of running into the same thing. Now, granted, I haven't played much the last couple of days because I got the 2-day early access into Overwatch beta. I've been playing 2 Snowflake decks, I guess you could say, that no one really sees coming, so that's kind of fun. One is a Shaman deck that I call the Manhattan Project, and then the other is a rogue deck that is sort of like half tempo rogue and then half Island of Misfit Toys. People look at it, they're like, who plays that card? Who plays that card? Oh, now I see it. By the time they figure it out, it's just like, too late.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can probably tell from my voice, I've been sick the last couple of days. I'm kind of getting over it now, and I'd hoped it would be gone by today, but it's still hanging on quite a bit. I tell you what, I've been playing the Old God Zoo that's running around right now. Oh man, Darkshire Councilman is so good with
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much with everything you play.
But that zero cost forbidden tentacles is what I call it. I don't remember the name. Forbidden the ritual, I believe is what it's called.
Tentacle for each mana you spend. Yeah, it's ridiculously good, and it's fun. I'm actually doing all right with it. I've seen some people complaining that they're having issues with aggro right now in the meta, but I find that it just really, I guess, depends, because my win-loss with aggro is probably a little higher than I would say most people, from what I'm reading online.
Yeah, I'm playing the Zoo deck as well, and I teched in another Defender of Argus, and it seemed to stipend the flow a little bit. What I'm having trouble with is this Divine Shield Paladin. It's a Divine Aggro Paladin, and I'm looking at possibly teching in maybe a Demon Wrath, some kind of board clear, so that I can clear all the Divine Shields off and then trade, or trade the Divine Shields off and then clear. That Zoo deck is really good, but it doesn't have much removal. It is pretty much just minion flood right now. So I'm going to make some changes to it this weekend and see if I can perfect on it, kind of like what I did with my Aggro Paladin, because that's the biggest issue with it, is it doesn't have enough board clear. Now, what I expect to happen is DreamHack's going to happen, this weekend?
Yep.
And you're going to get some streaming of that, and everybody's going to start playing whatever won or did well at DreamHack. So that'll give you a gauge on what you're going to play against. And so watch DreamHack, see what people are winning with and the hot decks are, and watch some of the different websites, Hearthhead, and see what becomes popular and tech against that.
Yeah.
And that's what I suggest that you do come Monday and start rolling with it, because the meta is going to start. You never see the meta start to stabilize until its first tournament. That's when you start seeing the meta start to stabilize, and where the pros have decided what's good.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we jump into our emails, Versika, why don't you tell us a little bit about our partner, Viforce, this week?
All right, so guys, we've been talking about the special we've been having with Viforce here for the last 3 weeks. So this is week 3 of 4. This is the last time that I'm going to get to talk about this particular special, really. Viforce, in sort of like I don't know, I guess you could just say a partnership with us. They decided that for 4 weeks they were going to offer their already very low-priced machines for even more off. So, and sorry, you're going to have to excuse me. Normally we have this Scott thing figured out, and I can look and see what's going on, and it's looking like a stop motion picture today, so it's really wigging me out. I'm having a hard time adjusting. So Viforce has 3 machines that are available now. They have the Vector, which is their high-end machine. They have they have the Momentum, Impulse. Those are their higher-end machines, and you have $50 off of those for the next 7 days. So let's say that you're in the market for a high-end gaming machine. Check out the Impulse. I dare you to compare it against the price of other high-end gaming machines, and I'll bet that you find that not only is it lower priced, you get the extra $50 off with the by putting "Use My Hero Power" in the notes section of your order, and you get even better deal. The Vector, you get $35 off the Vector, and that was their entry-level machine. It's still a great gaming machine, but that was their low-end gaming machine. They're bringing out a new machine called the Element, and the Element, you're actually going to get $25 off the Element before it ever actually even sees the website. So, like I said, if you've been kind of on the fence about it, you've heard us talking about it. If you've been on the fence about it, you only have 7 days left to take advantage of this deal. Not only do you get a great machine, not only do you get a great price, but you also get great service. The guys at Viforce, they really know what they're talking about, and they really do want to help you get what you want and what you need for the gaming experience that you want and your budget. They'll help you find that happy medium. So check them out. Go to our website, hspower.com. Check or their Viforce link is on the side. Click on it. You can go to the website and read all about it.
All right. So this week we do have a listener email, and I was really excited about this when I read it the first time, because he brings up a lot of good points. And it says, subject, good job. Message, hey Hero Power. Greetings and salutations from the great state of Kansas. I want to say that I enjoy your show, and I just want to encourage you guys to keep up the good work. I would love some advice on getting started on how to put together a Hearthstone community here. How did you guys get your firesides going? I love the blogs on the website, but it seems like only Versika ever writes anything. Are there any blogs in the future of Avantes or Zeroshio? Not that Versika's blogs aren't interesting, or true for that matter, because he's usually dead on, but a little variety in points of view would be a plus. My co-workers and I listen to you in the office and usually watch the play portions on the Friday lunch break, but you guys have been going pretty long lately. Are you a 2-hour podcast now, or has this just been because of there's so much going on with the expansion? Last question. There's some debate between you three. Any plans on stream? So let's start at the top. Thank you so much. We appreciate the fact that you guys are enjoying the show. That's why we do this. That means the most to us. Your next question. Advice on getting started. So when I read your email, just started our Hearthstone community section on our website. And this got me thinking when I read your email, how could I get that information out there? So this past weekend, I sat down and I wrote a blog post. There you go. I wrote another blog post on starting a Hearthstone community. And basically, this is my experience from when we started the Facebook group that we have here in Knoxville, and for moving along and what to do after you've got a group and how to schedule a fireside gathering. So I hope you go to our website, heropowerhs.com, and this will be on the first page. I think it's the first or second post, and just check it out. Give it a read. I tried to walk you through everything, give you links to the websites you'll need. Liquid Hearth is very important. We use Challenge on our event days to keep track of places in the tournament, and it's really pretty easy. You can do everything at no cost to you if you can find a good partner that will host your event. That's the thing. So yeah, go to our website, give it a read, and hopefully that'll help you kind of know or get you started, pointed in the right direction. Blogs. As you can see, I just wrote a new blog. I'm going to try to do a better job, and I think Zeroshio has an idea for a new blog, so we may see some stuff coming from him soon.
Yeah, just to kind of touch on that on my side, I focus a lot on playing and getting some knowledge of the game, and I usually don't have any real strong opinions when it comes to the state of the game. I usually agree with most of the opinions out there. So I'm going to try to do a little bit different type of blog where it's a little more storytelling blogs and crazy game story type stuff, where I talk about an interesting game I had. But I will start putting some out. I'm hoping every week. It really depends on my schedule and how much I get in. If I get any good games in that week, if it's worth talking about. So look out for some of those, and I'll probably be doing them once a week.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how much time goes into writing a really good blog. So take your time, figure it out. There's no rush. I mean, we do appreciate the feedback, and I've been doing most of the blogs, but that's mostly because Zeroshio and Avanti's, they were doing other things, and that was sort of my way of contributing to the team outside of the actual podcast. So, now that things have kind of settled down,
Kind of. We'll get to that.
Yeah. I think now we've got things pretty much on autopilot for the setup of the show and how we want to do things and the formats that we want to use and so on and so forth. So now that frees Zeroshio and Avanti's up from doing those other duties so that they can do things like blog. So
yeah. All right. In response to your question about are the shows 2-hour podcasts now? No. It has been that with all the news leading up to the expansion, we have been running a little long. We're going to try to rein that back in starting tonight. So our ideal goal has always been anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour for the audio portion of the show, and then another 30 minutes or so, for 30 to 45 minutes for the play portion, which is on the video side of things. So with all the news that's been going on, it's just been really hard to keep it in that time frame. So, and your last question, all I can tell you is keep debating, guys, because you're not gonna find out here.
Hey, I will say this: I will never claim to be the best Hearthstone player on this show. I will only ever claim to be better than Avanti's.
There you go. And I can agree with that. All right,
Now,
guys.
the last question I do want to mention: any plans of streaming
Oh yeah, yeah.
our fireside gatherings? We haven't been able to because the venue that we used, we had somebody try to stream and it didn't work. So we had so many people on the network playing each other that the upload wasn't enough. One of the partners that we're using, and we'll talk more about here in a minute, for future fireside gatherings, has made some changes to their network, and we may have that as an option. We haven't gotten that far in negotiations or plannings yet, so I can't say anything on that yet. But we would love to stream at least maybe the finals matches of those fireside gatherings, and that's always something we like to do because we like putting things out for the community.
Absolutely.
And it's not that we don't want to do more streaming. We do. It's that Charter especially is one of the major internet providers in this area. And while they have pretty decent download speeds, their upload leaves a lot to be desired. And I mean, there are times that the upload is, 0.6. You're barely going to get a game of Hearthstone with that kind of upload, much less stream it. So you get 10 or 12 people on there, and you're trying to run an event, and then you're getting a 4 meg upload from Charter, and you've got all the kinds of different things hitting it. It's never going to get there for us as far as that goes. Now, some people in some parts of Knoxville have the option to go up to a better upload speed. We just haven't been able to find a venue in that section yet, which is what we're hoping that we've sort of made moves into doing. And that's what Zorosho was saying about maybe in the future. But like, as far as like, I know for Avantes and I, we live just south of Knoxville, so streaming we have to catch it on a good night. That's why you don't see steady streaming schedules from us, is because we're pretty much at the whim of our internet provider.
And on that note, for my personal streaming schedule, as I've been very busy with work and the podcast and gaming in general, that I haven't been able to put up a stream that I feel would be viable. I also wanted to make sure I could hit Legend so that I can say that I'm going for Legend and actually have people think that I might actually get it because I've gotten it before. So that's one reason that I've held back, and I have a very busy summer schedule because I take my summer vacation and I have a lot of stuff going on in June. But I'm looking at setting up a 2 or 3 night a week schedule starting in July and going further into the year. So look out for that, for me to start streaming more Hearthstone come July.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the news here. Yesterday, Blizzard announced the Hearthstone Tavern Hero Championship and Spring Preliminaries. They also released the full season schedule for those events. And as you can see here, the spring cutoff was May 1st at 3 a.m. The European Spring Preliminaries will be taking place May 13th through the 15th. The Americas Spring Preliminaries will be taking place May 20th through the 22nd. And then the Spring Championship will be June 25th through the 26th. So, this is all leading up. This is all part of the road to BlizzCon. Mm-hmm. And we're really excited because we love to watch these things. I've watched these tournaments every time at Play Hearthstone. The other thing they just announced was the locations. And here's the map of these locations are for the Spring Preliminaries. There's only, I think,
and Tavern Hero Championships.
Yeah, I think there's only 22 locations on this map.
There's 32 locations.
No, there's not.
They're not?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
I know there's
8,
only
9,
13 in the United States.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So, yeah, there's only like 21 or 22. They actually, I guess they had some issues getting some of the locations nailed down.
Okay.
So,
But there are 13 in the United States.
yes. Yeah. I only see 12. But, yeah. But I think this one is important for us because, as you see here, this one's in our hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee. And
yeah, and if you look at the map, there's not really many places around Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah. And so we finally, we've been telling you for a couple of weeks now, we had some pretty big news. Well, what that news is that I have actually been in contact with Blizzard, and they have asked us to host one of the Tavern Hero spring preliminary events, and I'm super excited to say that we're going to get to do that. You know, this is something I feel like is huge for Hearthstone. Like I said, this is part of the road to BlizzCon. This event will be an official tour event, and if you guys can make it out to any of those locations, any of them, you can watch some great Hearthstone being played live. You can also compete inside events. Chance if you go and you can the Power Core card back, which is only obtainable by attending valid esports events. So I mean, that's
Blizzard sponsored,
yeah, that's huge. So you know, if you get a chance, go out, watch some great Hearthstone, cheer on some of the professionals that are playing in these events, and just go have fun, play in some side events, and earn this card back. I mean, it's
and another milestone has been reached by Hero Power here. This is the longest I've ever held a secret without blabbing.
It was hard too.
Twitter, Facebook. I want to tell everybody's mama.
Soon as the show's over, blast it all over social media.
This has been in the works now for almost a month.
Yeah, that's about a month. Yeah,
it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah,
was it just before we had Fred and Dan on?
It was right around that time.
So,
and
more than a month, like a month and a half.
I want to give a shout out to all the guys out at Level Up Games and Hobbies in Knoxville. They are going to be able to supply us their space for the venue. And
this is a joint community effort between us and Steven over at Level Up Games. We could not do this without his help. So come out there and support Level Up Games. They have a great store there. They offer a great gaming community, and we have one of our locals from that store that's going to compete in this tavern, that's qualified to compete in the Tavern Hero Championships on that Friday to possibly qualify for Saturday's spring prelims.
Yeah. So also, I want to give a shout out to Scott from Bites for Two Co-op Gaming. He is also hosting the Phoenix, Arizona spring prelims. So, and he's doing a great job of growing the Hearthstone community in the Arizona area. So, if any of you guys out there listen are from Arizona or the Phoenix area, check out the Hearthstone Communities page on our website. Click on the Arizona link, join that things out there. So go give them a check them out, and go join Scott May for that prelim. Get your Power Core card back.
And a reminder, that's heropowerhs.com, and the community Hearthstone communities links right at the top. We have I think it was last I checked 26 United States Facebook groups and 4 Canadian groups and an Australian group on there. So check us out, guys. We got a lot of really good communities out there for you to reach out. I do want to also let everybody know that we do have plans. It's confirmed that if you're a big fan of Legend of the Innkeeper podcast, Espo from Legend of the Innkeeper is going to be coming up to hang out with us at the spring prelims, May 20th through 22nd at Level Up Games and Hobbies. So if you're a big fan of Espo and you live around the area, you want to make the trip, you can come check him out and hang out with us as we hang out with him. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The community is really coming together for this, and we appreciate it.
So let's talk a little bit about that for just a second. If you decide to come to Knoxville for this event, because from what I saw, we're the closest event in about a 5-hour radius.
Yeah, right? there is one in Indiana. There is one in Fairfax, Virginia,
which that's almost to DC.
Right. Yeah. So that's like 6 hours, 7 hours away.
Yeah. So, and then you also have Florida, but it's like southern Florida. So if you're in Atlanta, we're the closest for you.
Right. So the reason that I bring this up is because Knoxville isn't a huge town. We do have quite a few hotels, but if you are going to come up for the week or the weekend to watch the event, there's Saturday and Sunday. Go ahead and get your hotel reservations now, because Knoxville is also hosting an AAU basketball tournament. Or is it basketball or baseball?
It's AAU basketball, but that's not the big thing.
Basketball.
Yeah.
But what else is going on that weekend? There's something else going on that weekend.
The University of Tennessee is hosting an event called Destination Imagination, where they're bringing in multiple thousands of students from across the country for an advanced learning workshop. I mean, they're going to have NASA here. They're going to have people from like MIT. It's a huge event for the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. And last I heard, it was something like 40 to 50,000 people coming into town that weekend.
The important note is get your hotel reservations if you're planning on coming.
Right. Go ahead and do it now. And look at the surrounding areas. Because of the nature of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and what they offer as far as tourism goes, you can actually get a hotel within 20 minutes driving distance of Knoxville fairly easily. And the interstate goes right through Knoxville. It literally splits Knoxville in half. So, explore. You're not just limited to hotels in Knoxville.
All right.
If you have any questions about that, send us an email. We'll be happy to help you find a hotel.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right.
And one more thing. I want to say Matt at Arms says he may be able to make it. Yes. Come hang out with us. You're very welcome.
Yeah, if you listen to the show and you've not been to one of our events, or it's too far away but you're going to come in to watch this one, come up and say hi. We'd love to meet you.
Absolutely. All right, guys. That brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl. And this week's Tavern Brawl is a repeat that we saw, I want to say it was back in October, late October, maybe early November. It's Spider. So your deck is half, what's the name of the spider? Drawing a blank.
Web spinner?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's half web spinners, and then half spells.
Sorry, you're cutting out. I caught like half of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so yeah. The deck is half web spinners, half spells, and what you're gonna get. I played one earlier today where I got lucky and pulled a Gazrilla and just stomped all over my opponent with a 48 attack.
I'll tell you now, if you can get a sandworm and they can't clear it, they just concede, because they know you're just going to keep popping into all their small minions and web spinners and just clear their board every turn. This is a boring Tavern Brawl. I was really hoping for something from Old Gods this week. Usually they give us a week to figure out the meta, and then they put out something themed. And we know there are some because there's been data mined chalkboards for some of the really nice ones that we saw coming out, like the what's the one that turns into something every turn?
Oh, Shifter Xeris.
Help me out with the name of it.
Shifter Xeris.
Yeah, there's been a leak of a Shifter Xeris Tavern Brawl. I want to see it. I want to see these Tavern Brawls, but once again, it's a boring Tavern Brawl that I don't. I mean, I like the randomness, but they didn't put in enough good beasts to make this new.
Yeah.
I like this Tavern Brawl. It's just not new.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Rasika, you got any thoughts on it?
Well, you know my thoughts on these total random Tavern Brawls. I hate them. I play till I get my one pack and then I'm done. But I won first game today, so I won't play it again.
Okay.
So are you telling me that you will not like the Shifter Xeris one?
No, I actually dusted a Shifter Xeris this morning.
No, it's so cute.
I dusted the golden one.
I dusted him.
Well, I don't count.
And that allowed me to craft the Twin Emperor.
Nice.
You get golden everything. I don't count you. That's not.
But he got that in his opening packs. He got the golden Shifter and the golden.
He's so lucky.
Yeah.
Gul'dan.
I will say this.
Cho'Gall.
Yeah.
Avani's and I were hanging out with Vestidius last night, and he opened 3 Goldens in one pack.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody that has rivaling luck with you, it's Vestidius from Legend of the Innkeeper.
Yep. That does it for the
I'm actually
section.
I'm only one legendary behind you now, unless you've pulled another one I don't know about.
He probably has.
Trying to think. I just crafted N'Zoth. So
yeah, I needed N'Zoth.
I've got 12 or 13 of the new of the total 21 legendaries out of Old Gods.
So you've pulled 5 since the first night opening?
Oh well, I crafted a bunch of them. I had like 9,000 dust, and I crafted a bunch.
Okay, then you're further ahead of me than I thought.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So I guess that does it for the news section tonight. You guys got any last things you want to add to the news?
I just want to say that I'm loving the Hearthstone community right now, and all the help we've gotten with this event for those people behind the scenes that we've been able to tell it and get their help from. All the people that's been sending us Facebook groups and other groups to add to our Hearthstone communities page. Thank you. We do this for the community, obviously for our listeners, but our listeners are part of that community. This podcast is always embraced bringing the Hearthstone community together and helping us find other like-minded people that play Hearthstone, and so we can have fun with this game together. It's a solo game, but you have all these wonderful people that help you build decks and make the game fun and interesting, and have that support of other players. And I love the community of Hearthstone, and I really love the community that's built around the podcasts. Thank you.
All right, let's talk about this deck this week. So we've been looking at what's been played since Old Gods came out, and one of the big decks we keep seeing over and old Cthulhu Warrior. So this deck is all about control early, getting out your Cthulhu buff minions, and your cards that work with Cthulhu, like Twin Emperor and Ancient Shield Bearer, building up a whole bunch of armor and then just destroying your opponent in the late game, or outlasting them. I actually had a game against a Miracle Rogue where he drew himself out, and I just had built up so much armor he couldn't finish me off. So the deck list we're running is 2 Blood to Ichor, 2 Execute, 2 Shield Slam, 2 Fiery War Axe, 1 Slam, 1 Beckoner of Evil, 2 Shield Block, 2 Acolyte of Pain, Bran Bronzebeard, 2 Disciple of Cthulhu, 2 Ravaging Ghouls, 1 Cthulhu's Chosen, Elise Starseeker, 2 Brawl, Justicar Trueheart, Sylvanas Windrunner, 1 Gorehowl, 2 Ancient Shield Bearers, 2 Twin Emperor Veclors, and of course Cthulhu. Like I said, it's so far it's been a pretty solid deck for me. I think in the 4 games I've played it so far, I'm 3-1 with it. So it's been a lot of fun to play actually, and just being able to maintain board control so many different ways with this deck. You know, getting out Bran with a 13-13 or 14-14 Cthulhu and having it double up is a lot of fun as well. But again, Bran works with so many other cards in this deck too. So there's Bran with Twin Emperor Veclor gets you 3/4/6 haunts. I mean, it's just a lot of fun. Zeroshio, have you had any interaction with the deck at all?
I have. I played the base version that's in the recipe, and then I kind of went off from that. My version doesn't have Bran, and it has more taunts in it. And if you notice, this deck doesn't have a lot of draw. But because it's a control deck, you don't want to draw too much because then you may get into fatigue. So what I did is I had more taunts in mine, and I put in an Ancient Harbinger, just one. An Ancient Harbinger is a 6-mana 4/6. At the start of your turn, put a 10-cost minion from your deck into your hand. The only 10-cost minion I have is Cthulhu. The only reason to put draw in here is to get to your Cthulhu, so I thought might as well just give me a card that gets me Cthulhu. So I try to make sure to put the Ancient Harbinger out where she can be protected, and I've baited out most of the removal. And if she makes it to the next turn, boom, I have my Cthulhu, and I'm ready for turn 10.
Gotcha. Seeing a lot of this of this top deck on the ladder.
Yeah, there's lots of different versions of this deck out there, and they're all very strong.
Versika, what are your thoughts?
I just crafted the last card I needed for this deck, which was the Twin Emperor. I've played a couple of games with it. I took Elise out, and I took the Beckoner of Evil out. I added an additional Slam and replaced Elise with a Sinjin Shieldmaster. And then I took out one of the Brawls and put in the Black Knight. And it's rolling now. Since putting in the Black Knight, I've not lost.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
I know I went down to one Brawl in mine, and because I thought it was just too heavy. But the board floods of Zoo decks and the Divine Shield Paladin decks, while the Brawl gets rid of them with the Divine Shield, they still are low cost minions as you keep flooding the board. So I went back to 2 Brawls. I haven't thought of taking the Elise out. If I did, I'd probably put Bran back in, because I tell you what, on turn 10 you put Bran out with Twin Emperor Veclor and get 3/4/6 taunts. I have yet to do that with any of my decks that have that combo and not have my opponent concede the next turn.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with. And actually talking about that aggro Divine Shield Paladin, I have to say I'm a little disappointed that we've got all these great new cards to play with, and that's the direction that a good portion of the meta took. I was, trying to work through some deck ideas and stuff in casual, and I went over to casual, and it was just straight aggro for 4 solid hours. And it was very frustrating to try to even figure a deck out. So I felt like Overwatch probably came out at a good time, because I was starting to get a little tilted.
Well, this goes back to the discussion we've had before, that we thought that Old Gods would make it so that Aggro kind of takes a back seat. People play a little bit more mid-range, tempo, control-y decks. But the nature of the ladder dictates that you want to get as many games in that month as possible. And the best way to do that is with aggro. So these players, especially in casual, I've noticed, are trying to find a way to make aggro work so they can zoom up to rank 5 and then go back to the more high win percentage decks. And this isn't going to change until our ladder system changes. And I think our ladder system needs a change. I think there needs to be an easier way to go up the ladder for the more casual players, where your wins are more important than your losses. And I don't know how they fix it, but until they do, we're going to see a lot of aggro going up the ladder.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Wait a minute, hold on. Did you have a thought on that, Versika? You look like you had a pondering thought.
No, it's just it's the reason why you'll never see anyone like me get legend, because I'm not willing to do what it takes to mire through that crap to get to where I would actually get to play a decent deck. So, I mean, I'll play in tournaments and I'll play in local events where I don't have to put up with all that BS in order to actually get to enjoy playing. And it may get to the point that Hearthstone takes a third seat to Heroes and Overwatch, depending on what Overwatch's meta looks like when it comes out. Because I feel like the Heroes meta right now is in a really good place. A lot of things are balanced. They're hopefully getting ready to start the season soon. Overwatch comes out on the 24th, and if my choice is play aggro and casual, or play against aggro and casual, or play against aggro and ladder, then I'm just not going to play Hearthstone, and I'll go play something else until that changes.
All right, guys. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via the audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. And you can find our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers. If you enjoy the show, you can help to support and improve it by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. And as always, we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power.
All right, Versika, you got something for our partners at Viforce?
Yeah, let me minimize you for a minute.
All right.
All right, so guys, just to reiterate, you got 7 days to take advantage of an amazing offer. You get $50 off the Impulse of the Momentum, which is Viforce's high-end gaming machine and their mid-range gaming machine. You get $35 off the Vector, which is an entry-level machine, but still more than capable of playing the Blizzard games. And then you have their brand new machine called the Element. You get $25 off the Element. All you have to do is go into the notes section, say use my hero, or type out use my hero power, and you'll get the coupon. So let's talk about the Element for just a moment. I'm not sure if we've gone over the specs yet. So the specs that we were given for the machine is it's a 3.1 quad-core processor, an R7 7600 graphics card. It's going to come with 4 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte hard drive. It doesn't come with a wireless card, but if you're gaming, chances are you're hardlining in anyway. It's got a pretty small case, so it fits great on top of a desk or a small table behind, and it does come with Windows 10 Home Edition. If you're just getting into gaming, and let's say that you just want that machine just to play Hearthstone on so that you're not always playing on your iPad or your iPhone or your tablet, this is really the perfect investment. It kind of gets you in. It's a little upgradable. But it gets you into that PC gaming mindset, and from there you can work your way up, and you're never going to get a better deal than this one. And I've looked. When we partnered with Viforce, I looked around, checked out all the other prices. Even building it myself, I came just a little under, and that's with me doing all the work, knowing what to get, how to get it, and having the tools and the the know-how to do it. So, if this is something that you're looking about doing, I highly recommend that you buy a gaming PC first, watch how it works, and then if you want to build one or upgrade, then go in later. But honestly, this is the best deal you're going to find. 7 days. You got 7 days to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, you ready to take this deck out for a drive?
Are you ready to take this deck out for a drive? That's the question.
I was getting ready to say, we couldn't have picked a worse night for you to get to drive, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just kind of the way it fell, I guess. Oh.
It also doesn't help that you have all the old Gods cards now. Because you're so lucky with pack openings.
I don't have all the old Gods cards.
Oh,
I'm
whatever,
still
whatever.
missing quite a few.
Uh-huh. Salty is salty. What? What deck are you replaying this week?
I don't know. I clicked
Uh-oh.
the deck, apparently.
Avani's pulled his Orochio.
Yeah.
Hey, it's nice to have somebody else pull a Zoroshio other than Zoroshio.
Right. Dilly clicked quit, so I'm on a roll tonight. Alright. I want that deck.
I didn't even see it. Oh, you're on second page, okay. Alright, second time's a charm. Is that what they say?
Yeah.
No, you gotta screw up one more time, then
Yeah,
third time's
time's
a
a
charm.
charm.
That's right.
Of course,
Screw up one more time, we're good.
As Meatloaf used to say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's right.
Oh. Alright, so here we've got Twin Emperor Veclor, Shield Slam, and Shield Block. Really, we want to look for something like Fiery War Axe, Beckoner of Evil, maybe a Disciple of Cthulhu or a Ravaging Ghoul. So
A shield slam isn't bad if you know you're going to play somebody like Zoo that's going to have a 2-power minion.
yeah,
that you need to get rid of early.
We're looking at a Shaman. So
Yeah, I would go ahead and ditch this whole hand. What about you, Versika?
Well, I couldn't watch it on the screen share, so I'm having to spectate.
right,
I'm
Okay.
not going to get there in time.
We have
And I
Twin
couldn't-
Emperor
I couldn't hear
Veclor, Twin Emperor Veclor, Shield Slam, and Shield Block. Yeah, I'd ditch it.
I would probably keep the Shield Slam just in case.
okay.
That's me.
Yeah. Or get Shaman. We might need it.
All right, we picked up a Blood to Ichor and an Execute on the draw.
Well, that is great. Now, the one thing, having the Blood to Ichor and Execute for turn 4 when they pop out the Flame Wreath 7/7
yeah.
is really, it's a great tempo swing. This looks to be aggro shaman.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that 7/7 for 4 mana is in aggro shaman.
Yes, it is.
You've seen a lot of big game hunter getting back into the meta because of that card.
I'm just going to Hero Power pass here.
Yeah, because he can only do 1 damage to you right now on the board. He took the Warlock power.
Yes, he did.
He abusive sergeants, the
And
3
Tunnel
damage, and then
Frogs.
tunnel truck. We're gonna get a great value brawl. We might just want to sustain the board as much as we can without putting out too many resources.
Okay. So, what do you think here?
We drew into Disciple of Cthulhu. I would hit the 2/1 with that.
Hit the 2-1 with.
Yeah, just to slow a little bit of the bleeding and make him feel like he has to trade, or he won't trade, but he'll have to use his minions to clear it.
Yeah.
All right,
4
so he
mana,
coins out
a
a
Tunnel
Tunnel
Frog,
Trog,
and Feral Spirits.
Feral Spirits. Okay. Okay. So what do we draw into here? Let's see. Okay, clears our 2/1 with Murgleton. He's got a lot of damage on the board. I'm looking at 10 points on the board.
Yeah. So we just drew into Ravaging Ghoul, which is a 3-mana 3/3 that deals 1 damage to all other minions.
It only clears 1 minion here. We're probably going to brawl next turn.
Yeah.
But we need to put something out that he feels he needs to trade into. And that Cthulhu's Chosen is a 4/2 with Divine Shield. That's probably our best bet, so he feels he has to trade into it. And then he's probably going to put... honestly, well, he's got Overload, so he's a 2 mana.
Right.
So we don't have to worry about the Flame Reap this turn. And we have a way to deal with it by itself.
Probably hero power and pass the turn.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because he could... Oh, wow. He's just going face. There's our Cthulhu.
Yeah. So I think we run into one of the 2/3s and then brawl.
I think you're right. Yeah. He didn't. I wonder if he's expecting a brawl. He didn't seem very active at that point. And
Well, he only
Hey,
had 2 mana
you won
with
it.
the
yes.
Overload.
Yeah, you did only have 2 mana. You're right. Anything he puts out, we can deal with. Okay, this is a... Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. This is a straight face deck. No qualms about it. There's no trading on his side.
Wow. Well, he drew into another brawl, which is nice.
So we've got a couple of options here. We can run the 4/1 into the 2/3, killing it. Blood to Ichor.
We could.
To get a 2/2.
I think I would pop. Don't you get a slime if the blood
if
hits
the
one
minion
and it survives?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I would trade into the shield and then Ichor.
Well, what I would do is I would run the 4/1 into the 2/3, killing it. Use the blood to Ichor to pop the shield, getting a 2/2, and then hit Ravaging Ghoul to clear it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it actually had to damage it.
No, it doesn't have to damage it. It just has to not die.
Yeah, it has
Gotcha.
to not die.
And then hero power. Don't forget to use your hero power.
Yes.
When you go to Viforce Gaming and get discount on your gaming rig. So you like that? Just slide that in there. Doom Hammer. All face? Oh no.
All face.
Wow. We could... What taunts do we have in here?
We don't.
We have Emperor Veclor.
Yeah, we do have Emperor Veclor.
And this would be the Emperor Veclor turn, because we're going to draw him right now. No. Okay. I tried, guys.
Well, I would definitely go ahead and hero power.
Yeah.
And then I think I would probably slam my own minion, see what I draw.
Slam the 3/3? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because if he has another Rock Biter, we're dead. If he has any spells, we're dead.
Yeah, go ahead and play the Acolyte, but
That would have been
I
great.
think we're probably done.
Yeah, I think so.
And this is why I added the Sinjin.
Yeah, Matt in chat said he just had like a perfect draw.
Yeah, that Shaman deck, he just ripped us. And there it is. Well, we're not dead.
No.
That's... Well, hold on, let's see.
No, that's good.
We want that.
Yep.
And then, we can't...
We can.
Yeah, no, shield slam
execute.
it. Yeah. No, we shield slam.
Oh, shield slam it. Okay.
Shield slam on the 7/7,
Yep.
and then use acolyte to clear the shield. Use the slime to clear it, and then we're good. Then go face. And he only has one card.
Yeah.
We might
This
be
is-
able to. Ooh.
This is where aggro shaman starts to draw dead.
Yep. Unless he draws into, and usually they're only running the one rock biter weapon nowadays to make room for the new cards. And he's tapping for answers.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yep.
We have the
that's
execute.
good.
We can acolyte into that.
Well.
Yeah,
I mean-
acolyte.
Run our acolyte into it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. See what we draw. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
I execute that, Justicar hero power, and go to face.
Yep.
And now we're offsetting the Doomhammer damage with four armor every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. I expect to
we're
concede
out.
probably in the next turn too. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't-
and Man at Arms said the same thing. It's probably a concede. I would
Yeah.
say it's a concede. Yeah. Oh well, he's digging. He's still
No, he'll smash us twice and then he'll.
smashes twice. Hero power concede.
Yeah.
I'll say. Yeah, he knows he's done. Ooh, that was tight. This is why you don't give up early, guys.
Unlock your loaded mana crystals.
He's just showing us what he has.
There it goes.
We showed him ours. He's showing us his. Good job, Justice.
Yes. Woo. Don't
Wow.
ever concede. You never know when it'll turn around.
Yeah, and honestly, he probably wanted this Flame Wreath earlier, and he probably's telling himself, if I had the Flame Wreath one turn earlier, I would have won. But we had answers for those Flame Wreaths, both of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And against this aggro, this new aggro shaman, that's pretty much all you do is weather the first storm and deal with the 7/7s, and then you win.
So this starting hand is 2 Ancient Shield Bearers and Brand Bronzebeard.
Well, I don't think there's anything you want to brand early in the game
No.
except for the Cthulhu cards, so he might be worth keeping. Because, I mean, here's the deal. If you pitch him back, you run the risk of not getting any creatures on the board in your first 3 turns.
That's true. We'll hold on.
So-
to that.
I would pitch the 2 7s.
All right.
It's probably not a bad. Oh, great, Fire War X. That's great to get
Yeah,
early.
We got a Fiery War Axe, a Beckoner of Evil, and we just drew into Disciple of Cthulhu.
There you go.
Go ahead and pass this first turn. The only difference on that is, yeah, you want to brand those battle cries, but you want to throw them out the same turn. So you're really not even going to throw them out till like turn 5.
Yeah. All right. So he goes.
He gave us the
Darnassus
target.
Aspirant. We're gonna Fiery War Axe that.
This is odd. A Darnassus Aspirant with the new Mire Keepers. Most people have been just running Wild Growth and then Mire Keeper for turn 4. Darnassus Aspirant. That's weird to see that in the meta still.
Mad at Arms says the Win Axe.
Fiery Winax. That's what Fred over at Hearthcoach calls it.
All right.
I would go ahead and Acolyte here.
Acolyte. Okay.
Yep.
And it was also smart not going to face with the axe. We want to
Right.
use it for stuff like, and we can kill it now, Secret Keeper,
All
or
right.
any of the Cthulhu cards. That was
Excellent.
okay. We could just kill that with our Acolyte
Yep.
and draw another card. Oh my gosh, we got Brand and Emperor Veclor.
Yeah. I would hero power and pass.
How about
You don't
Hero
want to,
Power and Beckoner.
yeah, get that
Okay.
2/2 buff. Because that should put us
At 8.
So the Disciple will put us at 10, which will activate all of our Cthulhu cards. So it's not very hard to get to 10. Most of the time it's just 2 buff cards, because most of them give +2/+2. The battle cry ones do, at least.
I was thinking more along the lines of doing the 4 to face with the disciple.
So
That's I mean, we can do that next turn.
Yeah.
I would hero power pass.
Do you not want to play the Ravaging Ghoul, or you want to wait?
I wouldn't.
Why damage our own minion?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the waiting game with Warrior. You just kind of keep the tempo, keep the board clear, and use Brawl when it gets out of hand, and just make the game go. You want that turn 10.
Yeah.
All of your cool combos happen turn 10.
I want to welcome our new followers. Thanks, guys. We love having you.
We love hearing that ding. Thank you. Ooh, this is even better.
Yeah.
Brand Disciple the 4/6, and then I'd smack it with face to finish it off. Would you agree, Versika?
Yes, absolutely.
Because we have another fiery wind axe. And now we're at 10, going into Emperor Veclor next turn if he doesn't swipe Bran. And he will probably swipe Bran.
But I think that's okay. Because even though it's cool to have Bran with Twin Emperor, that's one of his big means of really of removing creatures. So
I agree. Oh, yeah,
I
I
would go with the other one first.
The Shield Bearer.
There you go. Yeah. See if we can't draw out some more removal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's in this matchup in Druid. I agree with you, Versika. Draw up that removal for the 6/6 because they don't have a lot of removal. It's usually going to be 2-for-1s. Now, in other matchups, I'd go ahead and do the Veclor because I would want to couple the 10 armor with the Shield Slam, which we're going to do anyways.
The other reason was getting that 10 armor for the Shield Slam in case on turn 7 or 8 he played either one of the Ancient of Wars or this guy.
That's a good call. And it's nice to see that come out before Cthulhu has come out because he revives Cthulhu.
So do
He's
we want
the 7/9?
Do we want an Emperor here, or do we want a Fiery War Axe and hero power?
I would Emperor here because he doesn't have a lot of way to deal with 3/6 health minions.
That's very true.
I mean, this is Druid. They're going to swipe, or they're going to swipe. The Starfall's out of the meta. I thought it would come back with the new big minions, but it's not.
I think one of these will get silenced.
Yeah, and we have the Fiery War Axe for that. That's a smart play by him.
Yeah.
But it's manageable. I mean,
We need to top deck and execute. Not an execute.
oh, we'll go ahead and do the shield block. Maybe we'll get our. We have 2 slams in here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's just as good.
Yep.
Pop her down and pass. And we don't have anything to get that minion below 5 health where we won't steal it.
Right.
And he has no way to get it below 5 health.
Yeah, I mean, none of our minions that he'll trade into can get it down to 5 health. The best he can do is get it down to 8, and it'll still be a 6/3 taunt.
Or we grab his brand, which I'd be okay with.
Well, to be honest here, we're probably.
So I would run the.
I'm going to run the Beckoner into the 5/7 and then finish it off with Sylvanas, so we're guaranteed to get one of these two.
Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest too.
Okay.
Yeah.
My other thoughts was: is there any merit to brawling here?
I don't think so.
We have too much board presence. I think you're right.
Nice.
That's good. Now we trade into the brand with. I'd use a 6/6 so we have the stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the stronger taunt up.
That may draw out the other swipe, so I can go ahead and put the Acolyte out.
Yep. You're reading my mind, Versika.
I wouldn't play the War Axe just yet.
Well,
Too late.
it's done.
Because you are seeing more Harrison and Acidic Slime ooze in the meta now. So
There's Cthulhu.
Draw a card. Shield Slam, yes. Elise. We still have quite a bit of armor for shield. Our Cthulhu, this is great.
Ooh. I would slam that Cthulhu. Then I'd shield slam that Cthulhu.
It still has one left, though. Oh, hero power, then shield slam. There you go.
Now, I would play my Elise. Oh, there we go.
And see here, and here's my thing. Everybody nowadays has been talking about, and I've even heard the pros talk about it, making sure to tech in things like BGH and polymorphs and hex and stuff like that for Cthulhu. Most of the time, they shouldn't be using Cthulhu unless it's to win the game. And you take care of that Cthulhu if they play it early, and their deck's shot. That's their win condition.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the problem with Druid Cthulhu. You don't have a board clear.
No.
And that's why Druid Cthulhu, the Cthulhu is sometimes used in a little different manner as a board clear because you don't have a way to do it any other way.
The main way to board clear with Druid Cthulhu, and I've been trying this deck a lot because I love playing Druid, and I'm trying to find another way to play Druid, is the opening hand we have Shield Slam, Acolyte of Pain, and Disciple
of Cthulhu.
I think I would actually throw back the Shield Slam.
Yeah, and keep the other two. I like that.
Yep.
But back to my point, your board clear, your minion clear are your larger, better costed minions. And because of that, because of Warrior being able to eliminate them so efficiently with Shield Slam and with Execute and Brawl, it's just a bad matchup for Druid. Yep, hero power. That's a good call. And we drew into we got Shield Block and a Ravaging Ghoul and a Fiery Wind Axe.
Yep.
Dueling.
All right. What do you think here?
Yeah, I'd probably just go with the Acolyte.
I think we'll probably see his Ravaging Ghoul here if he's Control Warrior. Well, Doomsayer works the same way.
So what do you think about a Fiery War Axe and Armor Up?
I'm not going to fire. My opinion, until you get a better idea of what he's playing, I'm going to keep those War Axes safe. So I would Shield Block and pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kind of give the illusion that we didn't draw into them.
So there's the Shield Slam. We could kill the.
We could Shield Slam that. We really could. Is it worth it though? I'd say yes.
Well, see, we only lose an Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't know
card draw.
Right, but we don't know what his deck is about, and that Shield Slam could come in really handy later.
That's probably fair. That's a fair assumption.
Blood Knot.
That's an interesting play.
It's a naked Blood Knot. So
this may be that hybrid aggro warrior that's using Argent Commanders and.
Yeah, but I've never seen Blood Knight must be teched in because of Paladin.
Do you?
Let's Fiery War Axe that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Fiery War Axe and hero power, or do you want to drop Disciple?
We could go ahead and toss down the Ravaging Ghoul because I don't see a lot of 1 mana.
I think I would go ahead and drop my Disciple, giving 2 to the face. See if we can bait his War Axe out.
Yeah, Fred is actually in chatting with me now, saying Blood Knight new meta. They saw a lot of that last night on their show, as well with Cora. So Hearth Coach had Cora on last night. She was delayed a week because she was ill.
Yeah.
But she was on. Oh, this is good.
for you shield slam.
Hero power
Hero
first.
power shield slam.
If this is an aggro variant, why run Thorson? This is weird. I don't think this is an aggro variant. I think this is a homebrew control warrior, but it's not your. I'm not seeing any typical, unless it's a Reno warrior.
No, it's somebody that's yeah, he definitely wouldn't be using True Heart Justicar.
Yeah, see.
So
I love.
What do you think? Go face.
No,
no. I mean, kill the.
No, I would not use our face because that's 6 damage. We could use the armor for. I honestly would run the 2/1 into it and then throw down Ravaging Ghoul.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's how I would do it.
And at least Star Seeker.
Yeah, why not? We don't know what he's doing. Let him not guess what we're doing.
Yeah, the aggro deck that I saw ran the Blood Knots, but it had the Argent Squires and the Knights that charge and the Blood Knights. It was a cool deck, but I've only seen it once. It may have been a homebrew.
This is a homebrew. I mean, I was thinking maybe this is the new Patron Warrior because that would validate the Thorson to lower down that combo, but still.
So how do you guys think is the best way to get rid of this?
I think here I'm probably going to trade one of my 3/3s into it,
and then
max the rest of it, and then True Heart and armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's some form of control warrior, possibly Reno, because I'm only seeing one of them. I'm seeing usually if you see odd cards in there, it's because they're filling in gaps where they would normally have 2 ofs.
Yeah. This way we get a jump in the armor race.
Yes.
We're at 37, he's at 28, and we're matching him 4 for 4.
All right. So blood to Icar, execute Nefarian?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that so much better than the other ways to ping them because it gives you a 2/2. I mean, it's not much more different than Taskmaster.
Well, the important thing is we're hitting him with damage now because probably going to see a Grom at some point.
There's
the brawl.
Yeah, you're going to say he's probably going to start setting up for it.
It's just odd to sacrifice an Acolyte for that.
Some people just don't like to brawl with nothing on the board.
Give them at least a chance to get something.
Right.
All right.
See, I'm playing the waiting game here. I'm probably hero power, run the 3/3 in and pass. He's got 8 cards now.
Yeah, he's filling up. And he's still keeping them high. This is where if they put an Acolyte out, I do everything to get him to draw as many cards as possible. Yeah. That may be why he sacrificed the Acolyte. Whatever he's hoping to draw into, he's not.
Yeah, he's at 9 cards now.
Yeah, he's definitely fishing for the Grom.
Wow, that is great value for us.
What do you think about Brand Disciple here?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give him something else to clear. I mean, I'd like to use Brand with something else, but he's not giving us anything to do. And then don't forget to use your hero power. And see, now we're up to 12 on our Cthulhu, so we'll get our activators. Watch this guy pull some crazy combo I've never seen in my life.
Let's see, he's got 13 cards left. We've got 15, so we're actually 2 cards ahead.
Yeah. We're winning the tempo race. Beckoner, I mean...
Oh, yeah.
And so we're winning the armor race, too. So, I mean, when it comes to fatigue, and our Cthulhu is huge.
There's the Grom.
Okay. Okay, he's chipping away. I mean, it does nothing. Does he trade? That's what he's...
Why would you enrage it to trade?
He doesn't know what he's doing. That's what's going on. Heck, I'd Gorehowl that. That sounds bad.
Oh, no.
But you're 27 armor.
I would absolutely Gorehowl that.
And that was a waste of that was a waste of an enrage. Really was.
Matt in chat says this.
Reno Fatigue Warrior.
Yeah, and I've heard of that in the meta, but
There's Harrison, so he only gets
Yeah.
1 off of it.
it's fine. We'll axe that.
An Abomination.
No. Maybe we won't axe it.
Alright.
You know what I would do here?
Brawl.
I'm definitely going to brawl, but I think I would slam the Jones.
Okay. So if it does survive, it dies.
Correct.
That's a good call.
And now brawl.
This way he's guaranteed, unless the Abomination lives, he's guaranteed nothing. And Abomination wins, so that's fine.
And that's okay, because now you hero power up.
Yeah, it's an even trade for hero power for damage.
Yep.
And we can put out the Cthulhu's Chosen, which will contest it. And now he feels he has to go face. He has to get our damage down. Now the question is, do we Twin Emperor or do we Cthulhu's Chosen and just tempo this out?
I would play the map of the Golden Monkey first.
Sure.
Okay. Now, honestly, I say we force him to make the bad trade and put Sylvanas out. It's not going to get us anything, but it gets the Abomination off the board.
Yeah.
And really, he doesn't get to capitalize on it. So go ahead and hero power up. Yeah, it's definitely Reno.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, we're still ahead.
And there you go.
Ancient
Throw it out
Showdown.
there.
But
Yep.
do we do it now?
Well, here's the deal. You put it out there, he's got to trade both of them into it. He's at a spot where he can't afford not to clear that.
Okay. Okay.
So we have to start getting him to use his removal because he's got a handful of it, so that when we play Twin Emperor, it sticks.
Gotcha. Because he probably runs one brawl. He's got to use his face for that.
Tournament Medic. That's an interesting choice.
We can just whittle that down with Fire War Axe.
So this is where Ravaging Ghoul, Twin Emperor.
No, I would Ravaging Ghoul, Cthulhu's Chosen, Fiery War Axe, run the Fiery War Axe into the Battlefield Medic.
Yep, the math adds up better that way. Because that way we have an even 7 for 4, and then the Axe or the Ravaging Ghoul. It's good math. That's good math.
Yeah.
See, now we're forcing him to have, if he wants to keep it around, he's got to use more removal.
Chat says don't forget to watch out for Black Knight.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why we've not played Twin Emperor yet.
And also, that's the Twin Emperor with the Cthulhu buff. You still get your full value of your
That's
4/6
the second
for
brawl.
7 men. Is it a second brawl? No, he
Yep.
hasn't brawled yet. No, that he did brawl
He
once.
did
He did.
brawl once, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's no maybe that's weird.
Oh, he's got Reno.
Yeah, he's probably just
He
waiting
just-
to play that second brawl.
He just realized that it was getting to a point where he was going to have to make a move or die.
All right.
I just trade in hero power at this point. I want to hold off on the taunt
Yeah.
until we feel we need it.
Oh, with hero power and axe that mind control tech.
I mean, we're an X boss right now. 30 L, 30 armor.
See, he doesn't want a Reno at 18 with 18 armor, but at the same time, Cthulhu's coming up. He knows Cthulhu's coming.
Oh my goodness.
How about
Do
a
you
golden
want to blood?
monkey?
Oh, check this out. What if we blood to Icar the acolyte, hero power, and pass? That way he has to trade into the ooze to get rid of it, and we may be able to deck him faster.
Yep.
Let's slow play this as slow as we can make it, because he doesn't have the answers.
Yeah. And I'm not playing Golden Monkey till my Cthulhu hits the board.
That's true. I agree. I mean, even a gold monkey with 2 cards in your hands, if it's removal, then you've gotten rid of everything you need to remove.
Yeah.
How many
See, that's
cards
fine.
does he have of Volantes?
He has
3.
3. We have 6. In his hand, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We could devastate that little.
No, he's got to have something.
No, I'm kidding.
Gotta
Armor
have something.
up and pass.
Yeah. I mean, we got to make him win now. It's our game to lose.
Yeah.
Because even if he heals to full, we're still ahead of him by now 8 full armor points. So I mean, it ends up being 10.
There we go.
All right.
See,
Oh,
now
have we used all of
Cthulhu-
our Cthulhu buffs? We have, haven't we?
Yes.
It doesn't matter because 2 of those are going to hit that acolyte, so it's going to
Yep.
put him
Cards.
into fatigue.
Yep,
Yeah.
he'll be drawing fatigue next turn. So he's
Yeah.
going to take 16 points of damage, which means the shield slam is going to put him at 17. So he'll have to do something else, if my math's right. Yeah. So he can armor up. So,
Yeah.
but that'll waste the shield slam.
Yep.
I'm fine with. I mean,
Yeah, I'm completely okay with that.
to be honest, we could shield slam our own Cthulhu. Oh, he's gonna see. We just shield slam our Cthulhu. The Cthulhu he's taking.
Well, that just that removed another one of his removals.
Yep.
So now I should definitely shield slam it.
Yeah, shield slam, and then do we go ahead and Twin Emperor? Do we need to? Do we just Golden Monkey?
I think we Twin Emperor and get ready
Okay.
for the Golden Monkey.
Okay. Because now we have a brawl in our hand, which we probably won't need because he's only got 7 cards,
Right. He's probably got Black Knight in his hand, so one of these will probably die.
which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Matt in chat said we need monkey and pray for Nat the Dark Fisher.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot he had an Elise. That's right. He did that early.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now he has no Reno.
Well, we don't want to use the shield block. That's
Do we want to brawl, or just go ahead and Golden Monkey?
this will be our best brawl choice, but it'll be one less legend. I would brawl and then Golden Monkey.
Yeah.
That's just me though.
Yeah. Let's risk it.
I mean, worst case, he's down to 1 minion. to trade. Yeah, and so that's a golden monkey trade. That's fine. We're still up in armor, so and health,
No.
Walker Joe.
which is useless because he has no spells because he golden monkey. So it won't hurt us to have him out. I mean, it won't help us.
Won't help us either.
Hopefully, one of our last two has another Elise. Wait, did he Elise again?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Leroy Jenkins. I still think he's too far behind. Hollow Zeal. The Baron, there's not really a good spot for Baron.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was going to say, I would run both of the Drakes into the Golden Monkey and put Baron out there and force him to trade into it.
He has. My other thought was, and he just trade for it, is putting out Aurora Control so we can get another map. But he would have traded in and killed the Cho. Well, that's a big map. Did y'all have the visual glitch with the big card?
Yeah.
Did y'all get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh. This looks bad, but yeah, he has to trade that.
Yikes.
That is not good.
No, we didn't get. We're still way ahead. Give him stuff that he has to trade into. Yeah. Well, I mean, he won't do nothing with the Cho if he's smart.
Yeah.
But
wow. He got a Nazoth.
that's nuts. Okay. That's what this is set. This old gods is done. Rest in pepperoni. Fred sent me a message. Rest in pepperonis.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put out the Halazeal and armor.
Some things you just can't plan for, you know?
That's right.
And at least into 2 golden monkeys, into Nazoth, into every death rattle that he loves.
Joey's right. He got the better end of that golden monkey.
Yeah.
Well, he also got 2 golden monkeys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Question is, how's he going to trade?
He's not. He'd be silly to trade.
Well, here's the thing. If we knock off the Abomination with Halazeal, I don't know why he did that, but we'll clear 4 points of damage off the board. We may still win the fatigue race.
We'll clear
clear
10
10.
points of damage off the board.
Yeah, 10 points. You're right.
Oh, never mind.
Now we won't do anything.
That's why.
I will crush you. Yes, you will.
Wow.
Yeah, that's. I'm trying to do the math. He's got a lot of damage on the board. He's trying to get us to concede. Don't concede. Let him beat us. Make him beat us.
Squelching those so we don't have to listen to him.
I tell you, though, despite getting great RNG, he did play pretty good. I mean, he pretty much used the deck just to clear,
Yep.
which is what he was supposed to do.
And Croven, I think Avanti's just pulled this deck list straight off of what was.
This is Sal's. This is Sal's control Cthulhu.
Right.
He's taking his time, relishing the victory.
Yep. All right. Well, that was fun. Believe it or not, it's all, we always say
Yeah.
you can lose and still have fun, and that was one of them. So,
I'll tell you, that's one thing I love about our play sessions. We have some good wins, we have some bad losses, but we have some really good losses. I think my favorite's the Shaman, where we knew we had lethal next turn, but we had one card and we knew it was a bomb, and we were going to take 10 damage, and we were 6 health. I still keep telling that story. That was my funnest loss ever.
It was 2 bombs, wasn't it? Did we take
Well, it ended up being 2
cards left
bombs,
in the
but
deck?
we were down to the last. We had already taken 1 bomb. We were down to the last card, and we knew it was a bomb.
No,
the last two cards were bombs.
Last 2 cards were bombs.
Oh, okay. Either way, we knew we were about to die.
Yeah.
We were like, we have lethal. Wait,
great
we're gonna
fun,
die.
Great fun.
Yeah. That was episode 22, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Joey in chat would know because he's our biggest supporter. He would know. He's been with us.
He said, I was there.
I was there.
All right, guys. So, fun with it. It was a lot of fun, a lot of control, just a lot of fun to play. Zeroshio, last minute thoughts.
Hey guys, this event's May 20th through 22nd. If you can't make it out, at least do us a little help. We're going to be tweeting the details. Retweet those for us just so everybody that's connected out on Twitter, maybe it'll hit some people in the local surrounding area. Let's get this community out and try to get some people out to these events. There's a lot of people that have qualified and gotten enough points from the ladder and other online events to go to one of these, but they don't go because they don't know any events are near them. So let's get the word out, have a good showing, and let's have a great event for the spring prelim.
Yeah, absolutely. Versika.
Nope, just echo what Zeroshio said. When we start tweeting out, of course, we made the big announcement tonight. We're going to start hitting social media with it. Remember, I'm going to say in at least 5 hours. We're the only event within at least a 5-hour radius from where we are. So that's a lot of people to reach. So any help we can get in getting the message out, try to get as many people as we can so that we can have another event like this in Knoxville.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, just to tell you again, here's the map for all the locations of the spring preliminaries. In the U.S., they are being held in Austin, Texas, Fairfax, Virginia, Phoenix, Arizona, Seattle, Washington, Salt Lake City, Utah, Kansas City, Kansas, Chicago, Illinois, Indianapolis, Indiana, Frisco, Texas, Wallingford, Connecticut, and Knoxville, Tennessee. So if one of those locations is close to you, do yourself a favor. Go out there, hit it, have some fun, and earn. Guys, you can only get it by going to one of these events. So go watch some Hearthstone live and cheer on the pros.
And I'm going to repeat this because you cut out a little bit. You get the Power Core card back for playing in any events at these Tavern Hero or Spring Prelims. Now, that doesn't mean you have to play in the Tavern Hero Championship or the Spring Prelim. There will be side events that we'll be running, and all of those events will award you the Power Core card back at no cost. We're going to be doing free side events. We may have some other events that some of the sponsors there will be doing for pay. We haven't negotiated that yet, but we guarantee there will be some free tournaments to play all weekend.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for us for this week. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please shoot us an email at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Do us a favor, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you've not done so, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted as to when we go live. Also, remember to check out our Patreon, because once we hit our first milestone goal, we're going to start giving back to you guys. For more details on that, check out patreon.com/heropower. And as always, guys, good gaming.
Have fun, guys.